and the type of man.
Welcome to the show. It's the Davin and Anna Show live, YouTube, Facebook, all over the world, and I have some of the coolest guests I've ever had in the studio tonight. I'm really excited. Anna's not in tonight. She's got a fever, so she's sitting out. I've got Gussie Miller to my right, P. Goods to the right of him, and this is Gussie Miller's song. Huh? I love this song. This is Give It All from your album Forever Plan.
And it's Give It All featuring Jay Gore, the great Jay Gore on guitar in this song.
Now this is fantastic. Now
I'm glad you like it. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Now you've been now, if you don't know Gussie Miller, which you might not yet, you've been all over Hollywood, featured on various TV shows from the 90s. And doing all sorts of sound engineering.
Back in the day, yes.
Back in the day. Remember that song by Ahmad?
Yes.
I love that song. Okay, so tell us a little bit about your journey.
Well, I mean, the short version is, yes, I am an audio engineer and a music producer, and I actually came to L.A. thanks to, it's so funny that I ended up back here in New England because I actually came... from New England to Los Angeles with the help of another radio person whose name is Ed McMahon. You guys probably remember him from Kiss 108 if you are listening in Boston. And Ed hooked me up thanks to a local show that he had, a radio show that he had for local talent. Got a lot of interest. He happened to know a guy named Charlie Miner, God rest his soul, who was a big industry person.
Yep.
Actually used to be with A&M, and then he moved to Giant. And basically, they brought me out, did a development thing, and of course, as music things go, it didn't work out. So I ended up doing something else because you got to pay the bills.
Right.
And ended up going kind of back into television audio engineering because I actually studied television audio engineering when I was in high school. So it was kind of a cool thing, and ended up doing some movie and television audio engineering. And then from there, kind of bounce back into music again. Once again, we're going really fast. So
No, it's fine. It's fine. So let me ask you a question. Now, you worked on shows like Family Matters, Everybody Hates Chris.
Yes.
I think I love it now. So tell everybody what you did on those shows.
Well, I was just about to tell you that the funny thing about it is that life is funny, and after I was doing some audio engineering and also working in rental, I had an opportunity to audition for Disney's The Lion King celebration at Disneyland.
Wow.
Ended up being one of the first African percussionists that they ever hired, actually the largest group of African American musicians they ever hired.
Wow.
And so did that, and then of course had a fateful accident February 4th, 1995, was run over by a 1.5-ton parade float, almost killed me.
Are you serious?
It is fact, yes.
Wait, you say that so fast, just off the cuff. I got hit by this parade float and almost
Yep.
died.
Well, you know.
Is there any more, is there no more drama to it? That was like just so dismissive.
No.
Like
Lots of drama. So, and from that, after recuperating and getting my life back in order, I actually found that, well, obviously I couldn't play drums for a living anymore. So ended up in music production. So built a studio, started doing that, started working with a bunch of independent artists, and then kind of, all through in there and before there, I had been a background singer for a few different people. I got to work with Cher, I got to work with Seal. Wow. The first project I did when I came to Los Angeles was with a woman named Laverne Baker, who I had actually never heard of, but I told my mother that I was doing a Laverne Baker record. She flipped because it turns out that Laverne Baker is a rock and roll Hall of Famer, rock and roll pioneer. So, songs like Shake a Hand and Tweedledee Dee and I Cried a Tear were songs that were, she was like bigger than Elvis at one time. So that was kind of a cool thing.
So I'm sorry, I interrupt you. I want to ask you a little bit about your work with Cher. What part of her long career were you working?
There was a project that she was doing, and it was called Love Hurts. And at the particular time, I had actually just gotten to Los Angeles, and they were looking for background singers, and literally came in and tracked a bunch of stuff and ended up on the record, and that's kind of how it goes.
Love Hurts, that's not the one that featured Believe, is it? Is that album or no?
No,
way before that. Okay.
Yeah, way before that.
Yeah.
That album,
because that was like the first auto-tune, the Believe thing.
Yes, Believe. Yeah, but that was way later.
Yeah.
This song had, this album had...
Turn Back Time?
I think no. It was hang on. You'll
right.
Away the heartache. Anyway, so keep going. So that one.
Yeah, we want to hear you sing.
Yeah. Hear me sing like Cher. Anyway,
right.
And then actually before that, I'd actually worked with an artist that some of you might have heard of by the name of Gino Vanelli. And like a lot of things in Hollywood, sometimes you kind of have to I guess the nicest thing to say is that you have to fight to get credit. But I had worked on one of his records called Inconsolable Man. And in a funny story, which we'll touch on later, you go for years and years and years not getting credit for the work. And then later on, because of technology, kind of like what we're doing now,
Right.
the guy who actually co-wrote the song ended up giving me props online on a service that was created by the guy that created Linker, the Disney accident. Basically just kind of reconstitute myself. Started writing, producing for other people. Met a guy named Dexter Moore, who was at that time working for BMI, Broadcast Music Inc. That's a performing rights organization, for those of you who don't know. And he just kind of fell in love with some of my music, and he spread it around the town. And, you know, when you're new in town, you're kind of like the new flavor and the new hotness, you know, before you get old and busted, as Will used to say. And then basically they said, hell, we love these songs. So it's funny, because one of the songs that's actually on Forever Plan actually is in Doogie Howser and Family Matters. It's a song called Wanting You. Actually, let me take that back. Wanting You was actually in a Glenn Fry television show called South of Sunset that actually ran for a whole 2 episodes. So
it's like I'm talking to a walking, living IMDb person.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Like the whole credits and everything.
It is crazy.
So do you have okay, so you have like obviously loads and loads of varied long time experience with everything. What in your mind's eye, if you had to pick like 2 of your favorite experiences, what were they?
Well, I mean that's kind of a
I know it's a hard question.
No, actually, it's not a very hard question, because I mean, my album is called Forever Plan, and the reason why it's called Forever Plan, it's actually a funny joke, because I have a cousin, Gerald Miller, hey Jerry, who actually used to say that all the Millers were going to all go to school and get their degree, and we were on the Forever Plan, so you just keep going.
Oh, I got it. Yeah.
So literally, because I had started working on my record 2001, I think.
Yeah.
And
so the album is a forever plan.
Yeah, so literally, I called it Forever Plan because I kept having to stop and start and stop and start, and so life, things, kids, divorce, whatever. And then, basically, I would say, to answer your question, finishing the record was probably the highlight of my life up to that point, because a lot of people told me I couldn't do it. A lot of people told me I couldn't afford it. A lot of people told me there wasn't a music industry left. A lot of people told me, well, you know, why are you going to do that? Blah, 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 blah. A lot of people told me I couldn't sing. I mean, you name it, I heard it all.
Oh, yeah.
And to make a long story short,
they never said you weren't tall enough, though. How tall are you?
Oh man,
this guy's like, I'm
6'4".
Did you play basketball?
I did play basketball, but I am the shortest of my 2 brothers.
Yeah.
My oldest brother was a Ohio State basketball star, whose name is Marcus Miller. Not to be confused with the other Marcus Miller, and that's a whole other conversation we'll get into in a second. But my oldest brother, number 45 on the Ohio State basketball team, played with Clark Kellogg and Herb Williams and Calvin Ramsey, all those guys. Played against Magic. Actually broke his foot on national television playing against Magic. So
that's his highlight.
Yeah, that's his big thing. But now he makes a butt ton of money because he is a bigwig in the business world, so to speak. Yeah. So he's doing very well, and actually acts as part of my management team, because he has a business head, and a lot of us creative people don't. But anyway, so getting back to answering your question, finishing the record, I would say probably was a big thing, because I was just blessed, because I had worked with a lot of musicians and composers and engineers and producers and artists over the years, and I made a lot of friends. So basically being able to just get all of them on the same record, same project. Right. And I have to give props to my friend and musical director, Alessandro Alessandroni Jr., who is an amazing keyboard player who you've heard a gazillion times. Alex is playing keyboards on End of the Road. He's playing keyboards on the Shoop song. He worked with Babyface for 10 years. He toured with Christina Aguilera for 2 tours. Nelly Furtado.
He says it like it's nothing.
Oh no, well Alex Alex is the man. I'm talking about his credits.
You know what I could think of? I keep thinking of is as many people as you know, as many people you have who've been a part of your career. I could never imagine you, not that you wouldn't be qualified, but to do like a Grammys acceptance speech, because your line of credits would be so long. They would like play you right off the stage.
Yeah, sure they would. Well, I would keep it pretty short. And with that being said, funny you should mention the Grammys, because we were blessed, because we finally got Forever Plan finished. We were blessed to get on the Grammy ballot. Now that's not the same thing as getting a nomination,
but that doesn't hurt.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt.
Right.
Yeah, and that is thanks to my co-producer on the album. His name is Mike Fennell. And Mike is, for lack of a better way of explaining it, aside from being an incredible engineer and an incredible producer, and probably one of the best vocal producers I've ever met in my whole life, and that's saying a lot, because I've worked with a lot of people.
I know. Do you have that list? Andy?
I mean, no,
I'm just kidding.
Crazy.
I'm totally.
But Mike's gift is the fact that he works for one of the biggest publishing companies in the world, and he hears the greatest songwriters in the world.
all the time.
All
So
day-
his,
all
his
day.
ear is tuned to a whole nother
Of
level.
course,
yeah,
So
of course.
he would say,
yeah.
that's great. I like that, but you don't really need that section. Take it out. And I'd be
Yeah.
like, what?
But I'm proud of this part.
And
Yeah.
then
Right.
you do what he said, and it would make the song better. And
Yeah.
then also, too, he would say, oh, I like that, but sing it a little softer. Or, you know what? No, you're not singing with the right emotion. Oh, it sounds like you're mad. It sounds like I'm mad. Yeah, it sounds like you're
Do you
mad.
find yourself second guessing that a lot whenever you when somebody like that listens to your stuff and picks it apart? I mean,
Well,
in your mind's eye, you're like,
No,
should
and once again,
you
and to answer your question, one of the things that was so affirming about finishing the record was that, I mean, certainly, my business partner Alessandro Lesandroni has worked with, it's a ton of people,
Right.
And also other people on the record. I mean, my guitar player Jay Gore, who plays with Minnie Bear, and Michael Langton, and Michael McDonald, and what's his face. Dave Koz. I mean,
Yes,
when you
what's
have-
his face?
Yeah, when you have. Sorry, Dave.
No, I'm just messing with you, man.
But when you have people around you like
Yeah,
that are
right.
just amazing musicians. I mean, my
Sure.
drummer, Herman Matthews,
Right.
5 records with Tower of Power, Kenny Loggins, Richard Marks, Whitney Houston.
Yes, but have any of these
I mean,
guys ever survived a float accident and moved
Right.
on? That's the
no,
thing.
no, they haven't.
You
but,
take the cake. You take
but
the cake.
most,
Right.
but most of those guys I have known through all of that.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons why I love my band, because, see, none of those guys ever really gave up. They were
Yeah.
like, dude, you can sing your butt off. You write great songs. Of
Yeah.
course we'll work with you.
Sure.
And I was very blessed, because perfect example is one of the first songs on the record, actually the first song on the record is called What More Can I Say? It was actually written about a certain ex. And you know who you are. And
Come on, call her out right now on the show.
No, we can't do that.
No, I'm just messing with you.
But the
Right.
point is that when it came time to do like a solo, I literally said, well, I wonder who can I get? And I thought, well, I should ask Cleto, but I don't know if he'll say hi. Or if he'll say, yes. I didn't, and I asked him, he's like, of course. So he played an amazing sax solo on it. And of course, for those of you who don't know, we're talking about Cleto Escobedo, who was the band leader from Jimmy Kimmel, Live. So it's like Cleto and the Cletones. But the thing a lot of people don't know is, one of the things I love about quality people is before Cleto was like a television star and living the high life, he was a session singer and a musician, saxophonist like the rest of us.
Yeah.
We did sessions together. I remember once he like came to my house and was singing background on a project that I was producing, and like his car broke down like up the street, had to go get him and bring him down there to do the session.
Wow.
You mean he's a real person with real people problems?
Oh, he's real people. He's cool
Right.
beans, and he's always been the same guy.
So something I was going over all your stuff on YouTube, which, by the way, you can find all his stuff on YouTube. I came across kind of a stripped down version of "Give It All," and this was part of a Tiny Desk contest or something that
Yes,
you guys did.
yeah.
I'm going to play that here in a second.
Yeah, my son actually turned me on to that.
Yeah.
And he said, "Dad, you should do this Tiny Desk thing. It's going to be huge." I'm like, "Really? You think so?" I don't know. So luckily for me, once again, my guitar player Jay Gore, who is amazing talent in his own right. You should check him out.
Right.
He has an album out. And I'm sorry, Jay, I can't remember the name of your album, but it's an amazing album.
You still got the plug.
Trust me, it's wonderful.
It is
It's
a wonderful
tremendous.
album.
Right.
But I'm sorry, it's called Identity. It just
There
came,
you
just
go.
came to me.
Oh,
There you go.
And then my road wife, who is my actual road musical director, her name is Noriko Uling, and Noriko is an amazing musician. And aside from being a very non-stereotypical Japanese woman who remembers everything and writes amazing charts.
Tell me, what is the stereotype?
Well,
Let's make it awkward.
Well, no, trust me, it's not awkward. I know a lot of Japanese women, but
No, I know
they're
what you mean.
quiet, they're demure. And
Right,
so
right.
She's not
Yeah,
that. She's
no.
like, no, it's got to be like this, Gussie, and don't forget this, and don't
Right.
forget that, and no, that's not
Right.
going to work, and we should do this, and blah, 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 and we're going here, and there's this time, and very, very professional. So literally, I was actually looking for somebody to do my charts for the band, and I said to Jay, because Jay's charts are killing, I said, dude, who did your charts? He said, oh, man, it's all about Noriko. So I literally called her and said, hey, would you do my charts? And she hooked me up, and then she's like, well, do you need a keyboard player? Because I know all the tunes.
Nice. So that's her
And-
on here then.
Yes, that
Okay.
is Noriko Uling. That's one of the reasons why I mentioned that, and
Yeah.
Jay Gore.
Right.
And that is actually in Noriko's studio with her husband, the incredible Chad Wright. Hey, Chad, I love you. And he is an amazing drummer. And for those of you who are really hip, Chad is the drummer for the Jacksons.
Nice.
So we're talking,
So
serious groove.
So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play this video for you guys because part of what we do on this show every night is I try my best to find people that you might not otherwise know about because they're not in the mainstream all the time, and that's what's
Or yet.
or yet.
Or yet.
But
I like that.
But what I'm driving at is with the advent of Facebook Live and YouTube and all these things, we're able to bring more people together. And also, we're going to talk to a guy across the pond over in England who actually turned me on to you.
That's right.
And his name is Nick Skur, and he has a wonderful outlet for all kinds of new music.
Nick's promo show.
Yes.
He hooked me up in the UK.
So we're going to play this video, if you don't mind, and put it out there so you guys can check out what Gussie Miller does and how amazing he sounds. If you haven't heard of him yet, you definitely need to check this out, and you can go find all of his stuff all over the web. We'll get back to that in a second. But first, this is from Forever Plan. This is Give It All with Gussie Miller. Check it out.
This is called Give It All. Well, I'm the type of man who don't need more than most. Just someone to kiss me right, a pair of arms to hold me close. I had searched high and low, true love could not be found. Well, I began to think, well, there are no good ones around. I never knew how much I had been missing, girl, until you came into my view. I had to get you in my world, but then you came to me. It was just like a song, set my groove in harmony, and now I know where I belong. Speak my name, I hear you call, and I feel your love coming on. Never once did I plan to fall. After one night with you, I would give it all. But let me start again. I can't begin to tell how you move me with your ways. It's like you know me very well. I can't believe it's true and happening to me. A love so true and refined opens my eyes, so now I see I should have let you in or stop before we start. After all, I couldn't let another woman break my heart. The feeling's much too real, and from the state I'm in, I don't care what people say, but loving you might be a sin. Speak my name, I hear you call, and I feel your love coming on. Never once did I plan to fall. After one night with you, I would give it
Nicely done, Gussie.
Well, thank you.
Big fans of that. That's really, really awesome stuff. So
once again, Jay Gore and Noriko Uling. The song actually features Jay in the studio version because Jay's just an amazing guitar player. As I mentioned, his album is actually out now. It's called Identity, and Jay played for years with Mindy Abair, and I said, well, Mindy, and by the way, I should also mention that Mindy was my original sax player at my first band in Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm.
So we have that in mind, or I should say in common.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, dude, you want to like solo on my record? He's like, sure. And then he just kept giving me these great solos. So
Right.
I just kept featuring him. Oh, really? So you're doing your Neil Schon impersonation now on the ballad? Okay, great. We'll put that in there. So yeah, so it turned out to be a beautiful thing, and I was very blessed to have done that, with the guys.
So like I said before we played the video, is I would not have known about you had it not be for Nick Scar and Nick's music promo over across the pond, and it is St. Patty's Day after all, so I'm obligated to play this music. but we have Nick on the phone from England. How you doing, Nick?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm great.
Nick Skur, how you living?
Hello, Gussie. How are you? I'm fine, thanks.
Yeah, I'm happy to hear you. Isn't it really insanely late out there?
Yeah, I think it is. It's just now hit 1 a.m. in the morning over here.
Wow.
So there you go. So thanks for staying up. So tell everybody a little bit about how you came across Gussie and all the wonderful things you do for aspiring artists, unsigned artists, because you really have a great show and a lot of things that you do over there with your Nick's Music promo page and everything.
Yeah, well, basically, it was actually your previous show, Davin, when I was listening to Kimball Hooker, who I previously aired on my show over here in the UK at Vectis Radio here, and basically what happened was when I heard your show, it was pretty amazing, and
well, thank you.
I think it was only a couple of days before Kimball Hooker was actually on my show.
Right.
And from there, I realised that Gussie Miller, who I was helping on mine a little bit with my promotion brand, I got in touch with you, and I knew he was sort of in that sort of area, and I connected you guys, and it's so amazing to bring people together.
And thank
So
you very
brilliant.
much.
It's funny, and it's great timing, too, because you're normally in Los Angeles, and you're not normally in New England. But you said you came from New England. Where were you originally
Well, I didn't come from New England, but I lived here for a number of years. And matter of fact, moved from New England in 1991. And when we were driving west to go to Los Angeles, the snow was blowing sideways. And I realized maybe not the climate for me. So, I lived out here for quite some time.
Yeah.
But the funny thing about it is I never came to Rhode Island when I lived in New England.
Why would you?
Wow.
I mean, you got Boston. You got. I mean, there's Newport down here. I mean, it's cool.
Newport is
there's
nice.
that.
Newport is
But I
nice.
mean, in all honesty, back in the late '80s, early '90s, Providence was a shithole. I mean, there's no reason to come down there.
Well, it wasn't so much that as much as just there were certain people. It was so funny. I'll tell you a short story.
Yeah.
I was quote unquote discovered in Boston by a recording studio called the Soundtrack Group.
Right.
And there were two individuals, John Keel, who is like a second father to me, who's one of my mentors, music production person. Do you remember the television show Siskel and Ebert?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Sure.
that theme, well, he wrote that. So, So, oh no, John used to lock me in a closet and be like, I'm going to go to dinner and I'll be back in around 9. You have to have a song written. So that's how I learned how to write professionally.
gosh.
So, but his partner, Rob Cavicchio,
Right.
used to say to me, you're gonna be fine if you don't go out of the North End, but don't end up because I take you down to Providence and beat the crap out of you.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I'm
that's
just
probably
saying,
one of the reasons why I never came to
Why-
Providence.
yeah,
I was
why would
scared
you?
to death.
Yeah,
So
for good reason. It
That'll
wasn't a
scare
good place
brother,
to be back in the day.
Yeah.
So, but what's so funny is that then, of course, the New England to England connection, because Nick is in the Isle of Wight. When I think of the Isle of White, I always think of like Hendrix, and I
Right.
think of Clapton and all those cool. I mean, like they have a huge music festival over there.
Right.
And it was just so cool to have somebody who was like in the UK go, well, I like your music. I'll play you, and he tweets all my stuff or retweets my stuff, and it's great. So I mean, I think it's fabulous. So my mother told me anytime anybody's talking about you, go. So like here I am. So there you go.
So Nick, when are you going to have Gussie come into your studio out there in the Isle of Wight? Are you gonna make it across the pond? Have you been over there? Or,
If he invites me, I'm going.
there you go. See?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I don't know how to answer that really.
sorry, I threw you off there a little bit. Didn't mean
That's
to do
right.
that so
Now
much.
he's like, oh my God. So you've invited some large black man to my house. He's going to be like, Nick, I'm here.
No, I mean, it'd be amazing to have him on the show. I mean, of course it would be, but I mean, it's a massive step to come over the little Isle of Wight. I wouldn't expect him to do that.
Yeah.
No, trust me, it's not a problem. If there's clients over there, I'm coming. That's right. If
Right?
TV, film, music, I'm there.
Have you been over there before? Have you been to England?
I've been to England, yes, but I haven't been to the Isle of Wight. I would
never-
love to go to the Isle of Wight.
I've never been to England.
Yes.
Once I master the language better, perhaps. I'll,
Well, they could be angry at us now because of what's going on in the news. I'm just saying.
Oh.
I don't want to get political or anything.
no, it's okay. We talk about
about
everything on
everything.
this show. Everything. It doesn't matter. But yeah. So I'm just curious. I know you don't go political at all, Nick. But are you guys laughing your asses off at us over here now? Are you guys going, geez, look at these Americans?
Well,
It's okay.
There's so much going on in the world at the moment. all over
Good
the news.
answer.
He's getting real political.
He's
with that
trying to be
response.
nice.
He
Yeah.
is trying to be nice.
Trying
No,
to be nice.
I love it. No, it's actually cool.
No. Honestly, though, I mean, there's so much going on in the world. I mean, I hear so many opinions on Trump and so many opinions on our Prime Minister.
Yeah.
But I think people are just getting on with their own lives and just hoping it'll all go away and sort itself out.
I think that's what you have
That's
to
what we
do.
think.
Yeah.
We hope it will all go away.
Yeah, we just hope it's going to sort out.
I keep waking up going, damn, he's still in.
This wasn't a dream.
We're not there yet. I feel like, are we there yet? Are we there yet?
That's
But,
right. There
oh,
you go.
it
That's
just
right.
makes me nuts.
It's only a
but,
movie. It's only a movie.
But no, Nick, honestly, thanks so much for watching our show and helping me connect with Gussie here, because it wouldn't happen without you and what you did over there on your show, which tell everybody exactly when and how they can find you as well, if they're watching this.
Yeah, well, you can find me if you just type in Nick's Music Promo in the Google search engine. I should be everywhere. I'm on Twitter, Facebook. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on Instagram. So it's you can pretty much find me everywhere, really. You can visit my website at www.nicksmusicpromo.co.uk.
Cool. And Daniela Phillips is watching the show right now. She says, hi, Nick. So throw in a shout out. And Stephen Hill says, Providence.
Yeah, well, I'll do a little shout out for Daniela Phillips. I mean, she's actually, I'm actually an ambassador. I've just become ambassador for her mental health charity. It's an online mental health charity.
Wow.
Very cool.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
amazing.
love that.
And I'm just trying to help her grow, and we're trying to grow together, just like other communities like yourself and Vectus Radio and all the other musicians that I'm just trying to help, man, and just bring together.
Well, I don't know about everybody else, Nick, but I really appreciate that because, it is becoming such a small world, especially with the internet and with, digital technology, and you can reach so many people, and it's just the idea that you are trying to assist people and to help people, because if more people did that, it'd be a better place.
Oh, absolutely.
That's such a nice thing, and quite recently I hear that quite a lot, which is nice to hear that. And I think when you get a lot of positive feedback from unsigned and upcoming artists all over the world, and including Gussie Miller, he's been fantastic, and your previous artists that you've had on the show as well, the support has just been amazing. At the moment I'm just trying to get my little Twitter account verified, which isn't always easy. I'm trying to get recognition in the global world, so it's the music industry can be very difficult, and it can be quite a soulless industry as well sometimes.
Sometimes?
So I'm just there to try and... So, I'm just here to just try and help, upcoming musicians just get that leg up in what can be such a berserk.
Yeah.
Oh, the Twitter thing is going to happen, Nick. I really wouldn't fret about that. Everything in time, and of course it's persistence, and I think all that's going to happen. And then, of course, too, it's so funny, they always talk about internet radio as being evergreen, and it literally stays up forever. So therefore, what I've noticed is that because of Nick's thing,
Right.
I'm getting a lot more friend requests from the UK and from Europe in general, and people who would not in a million years would have stumbled across my music,
and even Providence. People now from
that's
Providence.
Right, that's right.
Oh, he's one of the good ones.
Yeah,
I like
yeah,
him.
Yeah, I mean, the great thing about it is that when I first founded my brand 3 years ago, Nick's Music Promo, I only recently became a radio DJ, and they've been ever so brilliant down at Vectis. But when I founded my brand, basically it's all about musicians coming together, and I haven't got a team, I haven't got a marketing team. The people that support each other are all plenty of musicians. So musicians are connecting with musicians,
yeah.
Radio stations are linking with musicians. It's all about bringing everybody together in the same industry to help everybody to go in the same direction. So, so when I promote or share or tweet or whatever I do, it's other musicians help other musicians, and that's cool, and that's what it's all about.
Oh, and by the way, Nick, Anna, who's actually in the other room because she's ill today, she's not feeling well, she just messaged on the show. She says, "Oh, and look at Nick, he's so handsome." So there you go.
Oh, thanks very much.
So we'll put your handsome mug back up on the big plasma screen there. There you go. There's Nick.
Well, my wife's in bed, but
Yeah.
she's cool.
And I understand that you stay in shape by boxing as well.
Yeah, I've seen him box on
Yeah,
Facebook.
Yeah.
My thing.
Yeah,
Do you
I
box?
try to keep fit. Yeah.
We'll fight later on. We'll just, no, I'm just kidding. Yeah. No. Yeah. So that's cool. I need to box, but I haven't been motivated enough. And summer's coming though, and that's enough motivation because I look bad.
Listen. I've been trying to stay away from the rice. I'm West Indian too, so
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm trying to stay away from the rice. It's not easy.
Yeah. I'll have to show her our training studio that we have. You can hit the bag. So
we
if you want to.
might have to do a few sessions on.
Yeah.
DNA.
I'm down with that. I need someone to whip me into shape. So anyway, but anyway, thanks so much, Nick. I mean, it's great to have you on, and staying up late for us tonight, especially.
No, it's an absolute pleasure to be on,
thanks,
man,
mate.
and I'll keep on listening.
Yeah, absolutely.
Appreciate you, Nick.
Do you want to stay on and play Guess the Crime? We always play Guess.
I'm happy. I'm up and I'll be dedicated, man. to
Yeah,
the
he's
show's
up
over.
now.
He's up now,
Might
right?
as well be an insomniac.
Okay, all right. So let me find today's perp. What we do on Guess the Crime is I put a mug shot of somebody up, and they've been arrested for something, and you have to look at them and go, okay, what did they get arrested for, right? Okay, so this one here, if you look, it's kind of hard to see. Maybe you can see this gentleman here sitting on his couch with all the guns. Recently was
Oh,
arrested.
it's still me.
Yeah, let me make this a full screen shot here. Okay, so you guys have a look at this, and take a guess what this gentleman might have been arrested for.
Probably for shooting the animal of the couch that he's sitting on.
Right. That definitely looks like an animal. I'm guessing that it had nothing to do with the guns.
Hey, good guess. It actually has nothing to do with the guns.
Right.
If you guys want to comment on the wall as well, if you're watching, you can also. Stephen Hill says illegal carrying. No, he lives
That's
in a.
too easy.
He's got too many formed weapons there too. Okay, I didn't notice
He
this
stole
before.
that couch. He stole the couch. That's what happened. He stole the couch.
He went to Cardi's and stole him a couch.
Right.
It's funny. He's holding a rifle in one hand. I didn't even notice he has a pistol in his right hand as well.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
That's overkill.
Yeah, right? How much do you need? Actually, it has nothing to do with the guns. Guess. You want to take a guess, Nick? What this guy...
Well, there's a little bit of a delay on the screen at the moment, so you're
Oh.
talking about this criminal, but I'm still seeing me on the TV, so
Oh, really? Refresh your screen. It should be changed now.
yeah, I think I better.
You should be able to see it.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, I see the guy with the gun now. Yeah.
There you
Nick's
go.
like, you're not talking about me, are you?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
whole time
yeah.
he thought you were talking about him.
He doesn't look dangerous at all, does he? Really?
Those are always the dangerous ones.
Anna's in the other room saying he got creative in the bedroom. No, it's not that.
With the weapons.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and I'll let you guys off the hook a little bit here. This guy has he lives in my home state, and I'm not really proud of this, but he lives in Oklahoma. 3 felony charges after he was found last week in a motel with a teenage boy, a 17-year-old boy. They busted in and found him.
Oh, Ralph Shorty. He's
Don't say.
yeah,
He knows because he's on the legal side of things.
Yeah, yep.
It also turns out that Ralph Shorty is a Republican senator in Oklahoma.
Oh no! Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, and for some reason, every photo I have of him is him mouth breathing. So
This is a recent thing.
this happened just the other day, as a matter of fact.
wow.
A couple days ago.
Now, here's the thing. He's married with kids. He's 43 years old, married with children, the whole nine. And he got, caught with this teenage boy. Oh, wait, we got another phone call coming in. Let's see if somebody wants to chime in and pile on. Hi, who's this? Welcome to the show.
Republican and liberal? And then you came up with that.
She comes out of her fever in the bedroom to come back and just comment on the show.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, so the police arrived. Let's see, he was in there with a 17-year-old boy, and they found a lotion and a box of condoms were found in a backpack inside the room.
Oh,
Text
my.
betwges sent between between him and the 17-year-old about his parents.
Lord.
The 17-year-old's parents found the text on the phone and tipped off the cops. Went to the
That's
Super 8s
crazy.
because that's where you have your
With
lovin'.
with the lotion.
With the lotion,
well,
man.
hey,
Put the lotions on the skin.
That's right. It puts the in the
it rubs
basket.
the lotion on
in
its
the
skin, or it gets the hose again.
That's right. We all go for the Silence of the Lambs jokes.
It's the easy
This
joke.
is a
should
sick
do it.
bunch.
Yeah.
This show's getting bad. This
No,
show-
it's good times. So Senator Shorty
Shouty.
did not want to.
I mean,
An
that's
actual,
kind of
an
what it
actual
is,
senator.
what it do.
yeah.
An
Wow.
actual senator.
I'm a Republican senator.
Wow.
And
just
the
putting it
thing,
out there.
interesting enough,
So
I
yeah.
think they went to the motel on an unrelated. Wasn't something unrelated like a sting?
No, they went there for that because they found the text to the kid on the phone, and they knew to go find him exactly
okay.
where and when, and
Oh
so
my
that's
goodness!
crazy.
How can be going to a motel with a 17-year-old be unrelated goods? Come on. Come on.
No. I think they were doing like some sort of sting at the motel though, or something like that.
someone was probably stinging.
Yeah. I mean, not with that lotion.
But bump.
Anyway, so that's guess the crime for tonight.
Okay,
So,
all right.
That was a good one.
is this the weirdest interview you've ever done? Is it?
It's fun. Refreshing.
Yes, we'll get back to
yes,
something a little
yes.
different there.
Refreshing.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, but that's
But Steven's on the line, so
Steven's here, and
Steven is.
Steven, tell everybody where you are exactly. Not like your address, but like where you're.
I heard the hesitation.
Bridgewater, Mass.
There you go. Up in
Bridgewater.
Bridgewater.
Exciting.
Bee water.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh,
the
yeah.
bee
So
water.
exciting.
Bee water.
right?
The dirty bee water, yeah.
Could be pea water.
So, did you hear that they're breaking in? They're doing a crime ring now. They're breaking into all the celebrities' homes because of social media. Like celebrities like Nicki Minaj, for example, recently got broken into up in the valley there because apparently they'll go to their Instagram accounts and tweet and Instagram where they are. So when people are paying attention to them on social media, they know their house is empty. So they go in. So they got Nicki Minaj for $175,000, and I believe they got Alanis Morissette
That's awesome.
for like
That's awesome.
$2 million.
That's crazy.
They stole.
Rob them more. Rob them more.
Rob them more.
That's
well,
crazy.
is there anyone in Hollywood you'd like to see be robbed?
Sorry.
Whoever's taken away from the art, whatever artist
Yeah.
is bankrupt right now, and it's because of the wrong contract.
Like
Take
Right.
that.
Lil Yachty, that'd be nice if he got robbed. all his retarded crew that's with him too. I mean, if they just vanished, that'd be great.
This is what happens when we put Boston on the phone.
And you got the
Bridgewater.
accent and everything. Bridgewater.
Yeah,
Bridgewater. So there's this restaurant owner in Fresno. He's begging everybody on social media to let him off the hook because he recently tweeted about the Hispanic people who go to his restaurant never tipping, saying, my servers are thinking about building a wall around the restaurant. Why don't Hispanics tip? Really?
Oh, my
no.
God.
Wow.
You can't forgive
Wow.
that.
Yeah.
Social media is unforgiving.
That's
Oh, no.
crazy.
So this guy's getting just totally raked over the coals. I'm trying to find the actual name of the
He
place.
said, "Please let
Yeah,
me
he-
live."
He's like, please come to my restaurant again. I'm so sorry.
Hey, I'm gonna tweet this out.
Or you know what? You know what? It
Right.
might have been such a funny inside joke that he felt comfortable enough to put it on social media. I've seen that happen too.
Right. And there's
Oh,
also
he's a dumbass.
he's a dumbass. There's a new version of Tinder. When you've made it as a celebrity, there's a Tinder for celebrities called Tinder Select.
Oh my God.
It's true. You can be invited to Tinder Select, where it's for celebrities to find love with one another.
Okay.
So have you been asked to be on Tinder Select
I
yet?
have not been
No?
asked to be on Tinder Select.
Tinder
yet.
Select. Yeah,
No.
that's a new thing now.
No, they must have skipped my invitation.
Yeah. So and by the way,
lost in the mail.
so Nick Skur, once you get that verified
Not the
account,
spam.
Tinder Select is coming for you next. Just so you know.
Brilliant.
There,
Bring
Nick.
him on, man.
So there's that. And lastly but not least, in Scranton, Pennsylvania, the YMCA there, they have taken off all the political shows in the workout rooms, so there's no politics. Because people have been fighting in Joe Biden's hometown of Scranton when they're working out at the YMCA. They'll watch
Right.
the Morning Joe or whatever, and they all
Right.
start just beating on each other.
I can imagine. With weights, no less.
Yeah, with weights. Of course, I always thought like if you work out really hard, like it's heavy arm day,
Right.
and Nick would relate to this. That's the worst time to get in a fight because your muscles are so fatigued. You're like
right.
you're like SpongeBob noodle arms. You can't.
Except for that guy who's got muscles on top of his muscles.
Right.
He's got like no ass and no legs, but he's like a giant
No
V.
neck either.
He
Just
skips
That
leg
guy,
day
yes,
every day,
yes,
right?
Yes. I told you, get off my machine.
Jim
You wipe
Rat.
your sweat down.
Yeah.
that whole thing. Yeah, that could be depressing.
Yeah, not so good. So anyway, that's kind of what's some of the highlights of the internet and what's going on in the world. So
Wow, there you
I'd
go.
share some of that with you.
I
And-
felt like I just went through like an episode of TMZ. TMZ Live.
TMZ Live.
Yeah.
There you go.
I don't
That's
know.
okay.
We-
I'm sorry. Wait a minute. Harvey's going to send you a cease and desist letter now.
That's what he does. Right?
I'm a lawyer. That's right.
Well, I want to thank you so much again for
Hey man,
making
I'm
the
happy
drive
to be
out.
anywhere because especially considering I'm literally physically on the other side of the country from where I live, so which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
and it was a lovely scenic view going over the bridge.
Wasn't it just?
Yes, it
Isn't
was,
it
it
nice?
was. It's beautiful.
The $4 toll was almost worth it.
Exactly, and then they eat you for another $4 on the way back.
You can go up through Providence if you dare, and it's actually a little faster.
Really?
Yeah, go up this way and cut over on
I
195.
see. There you go.
And you'll go over another bridge that connects you to Portugal called the Braga Bridge.
the Braga Bridge.
Yeah, the Braga Bridge.
Our
Braga
bridge
Bridge.
is so bad.
We brag
We bragging.
They actually just
Braga
they
Bridge.
finally finished painting it. It took them like a decade to paint the bridge, but it's
Wow,
finally
wow,
done.
wow,
so
wow.
That's amazing.
That's
so it's,
crazy.
It's almost it almost made the
But
tourism
see, he
guide.
just did that Nicki Minaj thing. He told everybody where I'm going, so they're gonna be on the bridge ready to jack me.
You're not making it
You
past the
Gussie Miller?
bridge.
Give me that iPhone. Thanks, David. Thanks, David.
And the code. Give me the code.
That's right. I got
but-
it, David.
Yeah, but you're driving a rental, right? So it doesn't
this
matter.
is true.
Yeah,
Yes.
so nobody
But it's
really
a
knows.
nice rental.
They're still
Isn't
going to
it-
ask for the selfie before
Are
they
you
rob
are you
it.
like me when you rent a car? You rent like the highest level rental you can.
Well, I
get
tried,
your hands on
except
you
for I don't want to talk about this particular company, but I have like the only car in the world without Bluetooth now. So, and then they had the nerve to bring out this thing that you like stick on your like the little window, not the little air vent.
can. Yeah. The vent. Yeah, right.
It's our phone holder. I'm like, what? We normally charge extra for this. He actually said that.
Did you get that in Providence too?
You're getting it for free today, though, buddy.
No. I did not get it in front. I
Okay.
won't call the location.
okay.
Groton. Anyway.
Right.
But anyway, but it was cool. It was cool.
Yeah.
They're a family company. They treat you like family. You know what that means, right? I was getting nervous when you said
That means
we're a family. Can we treat you like family?
Yeah.
I take advantage of my
Yeah, you
family.
fill up
I don't
the
know
tank.
about you, but
They give you an empty tank.
That's right. You know when someone like makes you drive like 2 or 3 hours, they give you like $5. Here's a $5 of gas.
right.
So you said save gas money. Here's $5. I'll cover it.
You'll be all right.
Oh my god, that's awesome. So
all
so
that.
your album is
Called Forever Plan.
Forever Plan. Let me put that back up there so
Yes.
everybody can check this
and
out.
it is available on all major online services, of course. It's on Apple Music. It's on iTunes. It's on Spotify. It's on Tidal. Matter of fact, I'm very flattered to have been picked by Jay-Z.
Yeah,
to be
Jay,
on
that's
that.
amazing.
Yeah, it was very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, very nice thing. Yeah, because not a
Nice.
lot of independent artists actually end up on Tidal.
On the
So
Tidal,
it's kind of
right.
a cool thing. And then as well as, of course, did I mention Spotify?
Yeah.
But
Yes, you
not
did.
Pandora, because Pandora is just rough. They just
Yeah.
ran a brother over and
Did
didn't
they
give me no
really?
love.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they do that a lot.
Yeah, it's crazy.
yeah,
It's rough. out
Yeah,
there.
it's crazy. I mean,
Yeah.
good enough for the Grammy Bell, not good enough for Pandora.
yeah.
So
Well,
any of you folks who are Pandora fans, write in and say, "What the hell? Where's my Gussie Miller?"
Right.
There you go.
It's
yeah.
like I want my MTV, but I want my GM. There you go. That's right.
There you go.
And if not, cancel your subscriptions. You know, that's right.
right.
Sirius XM or something. I don't know. Anyway,
Well, it's great having you, man.
I'm happy to be had. You know,
and,
I'm cheap and easy, so you know, whatever.
cheap and easy.
Call a brother,
Hey,
I'll
that's the way
show
we
up.
like it here.
Exactly.
Up in Bridgewater.
Bridgewater, cheap and easy. Here you go.
There you are.
Is there a picture of Steve? Because I'm not.
You know,
is
it's
killing
not
me.
a flattering one. He's
not a
he's in
flattering
a
one?
noose.
Well,
He's in a noose or holding one.
because P Goods has a
don't tell
song
him what
called
I
"What
do.
If,"
Don't tell
What
him.
if?
and in his record on the video, it's what if the roles reversed? And so basically, at one point, instead of being a slave hung, they hang the slave master, who is played by Steven.
Oh,
and they
wow.
actually purposely make
Yeah,
that noose
it's a-
extra tight.
You gave the brother rope burn.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
gave Brother Robert.
Yeah.
Listen, this is for all my people.
Oh, dang.
It's a great video, though.
Dang.
It's a
Great
really
video.
good song. You should check it out.
Okay,
It's
all
also
right.
out there.
Nice,
But,
nice. There you go.
But anyway, I appreciate you being on. And I
Oh
don't
no,
know,
happy
to
to be anywhere.
Amazing
and,
artist.
and,
And-
as, you know, as they say, you know, anybody is talking about you, I'll take it. You know?
Yeah. And if you want to hear new music all the time, we talk about all kinds of crazy shit on the show, and then we put new music on as well, which I'm happy to have. Go to Nick Scar's music promo. Nick's music promo. Did I get that wrong again, Nick? I apologize.
That's all right.
Nick's music promo show.
Nick's music promo.
Nick's music promo show.
You should do a jingle for him.
Nick's music promo
And he could-
show. I'm doing his
Just
music.
to let you know that little jingle that you're singing there, that actually was signed by a local band who donated that, called Rebel in the Hearts, and they're really cool.
Yeah, it's catchy.
So I'd let you know.
See, I know it. It's like Davin was saying. It's like an earworm. You can't get it out of your
is.
head. You know, I was like trying to go to bed one night, like I can't stop. Anyway,
All right.
that was very cool.
So thanks a lot, Nick. Great to have you on, and we will see you Monday night. We'll be back at 7 p.m. ish.
And send my regards to the Queen, by the way.
Indeed, yes.
Yes.
Indeed.
All right, guys.
Indubitably.
Yes. Take care, guys. We'll see you next time. Thanks so
All right.
much.
Thank you.